In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue, and so began white privilege. The New World was discovered by the Europeans who accidentally found the Americas. This tale poorly ended, as we know, for those who called this land theirs before. Manifest destiny was the beginning of the end for all who resided on their sacred lands for hundreds, if not thousands of years. God, it seemed, had been co-opted by the Europeans who were told that this land was theirs. Europeans who had left their world to escape tyranny had created a new, improved model. Slavery became the means to their ends. Railroad towns would be created as the network to connect to the disparate locations of our nascent republic were built. People of color were indentured servants whose entire pay was docked for their beds, grub, and other sundry needs. Scientific management created a method by which to extract the most labor a man could do in an hour. American exceptionalism and American expansionism were institutionalized with propaganda into our educational systems to ensure that our ongoing domination of the world order would be forever. Boys became inculcated, being bred to make their mark, to win at all costs, to never surrender, to get the girl, the car, the house, the corner office. We are obviously having a train wreck from the infrastructure built in this manner. Our institutions have been in a disarray for some time and on hyperspeed since the last election, not to mention this present pandemic. Perhaps you, like I, have spent time on the nature of our present situation. Viktor Frankl stated in Man's Search for Meaning, if there is meaning in life at all, then there must be meaning in suffering. Forces beyond your control can take away everything you possess except one thing: your freedom to choose how you will respond to the situation. I do not forget any good deed done to me, and I do not carry a grudge for the bad ones. I'm really trying to decipher the madness. I don't believe in God, though I do believe in karma. Is this the world showing us its perverse sense of humor? Man has always believed that they ruled the world, yet now we are the playground for something no one can see. It has relegated our status to the expendable host, who, it additionally seems, is now even morphing into other mutations, as well as showing us that it can come back again to the same soul a few months later and do it all one more time. What was once known as paths to success are now gaping chasms of ambiguity. Careers we had carefully cultivated have been dashed. Hopes and dreams are on hold for all that we hold dear. And so now many have become adrift from the very institutions they had subscribed to for generations, feeling more like Eleanor Rigby's and Father McKenzie's. I propose that we need to relegate rugged individualism to the dustbin. American exceptionalism has become more of an anchor around our necks as we cannot seem to navigate our way to any sense of equilibrium with COVID. Black Lives Matter has become a catalyst of change for our nation. We seem to be more adept at this point in time to appreciate the nature of institutionalized injustices that create a world wholly different for Blacks than others. Me needs to contribute to us. And so I am asking all of the me's watching to reflect on the unique power that occurs as we stop seeing the world through a lens of scarcity, where I need to watch out for me, and start watching the back of others who are also in turn watching mine. As one of your fellow UUs, you've got a friend in me. Friendship. What is friendship? What is friendship now? What could friendship be? For many years, I lived in China. I did not speak the language, and I had a translator with me 24/7 for a while. And as the months rolled by, I actually found it embracing not to have the translator with me for just being me. And I would travel around the village and have a wonderful time making a complete fool of myself, trying to be understood and trying to understand others. In this moment of complete isolation, I found that I wasn't isolated at all. That people were more than happy to try to work with the limited means I had for conversing with them. There was much laughter, there was much joy, there was sharing of things that may not have been shared had I been able to actually speak the language. And by the way, I'm tone deaf, so even when I could speak little bits and pieces of Mandarin, it was hopeless. And yet, my time there was so fruitful. It has given me the opportunity to understand that just because that we don't understand a culture or are part of a culture or know the language, that it's all inconsequential. This is the time to glean from such a lesson, folks. We need to appreciate the friendships that are created spontaneously in the moment, not just the ones that we've had for years and years and years. Not that I'm devaluing that. I have some very close friends that I've known for decades and wouldn't trade the world for them. But like the woman at the beginning of the introduction who wore the pin that opened up a conversation about "you are beautiful," people are needing more than anything humanity. Humanity. We don't have it from above. We haven't had it from above for a while. Perhaps what we should be doing more than anything, more than all of our actions, more than all of our considerations, is being available to see where we need to be available. I love Chalice. I love the people of Chalice. I love everything we stand for. But inside of our own walls, it's relatively safe for us to be who we are. I'm asking us to be who we are without the walls. I know a lot of us do that already, but I'm asking you to take it a step further. Become uncomfortable. Create opportunities to become uncomfortable. In those moments of exploration, in those moments of growth and development, in those moments where you have no idea what you're doing and wanting to get me by the throat and throttle me a few times for this suggestion, lies our saving grace. We speak the same language, and yet for many right now, the divisions run so deep that we wonder even about that. Look, I don't know why people think what they do. I don't know. I don't have an answer, and it really doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is that we need to get through this together. There is no availability for us to do anything other than that. Beyond where we are is where we need to be. Now, there is no instruction manual for this, of course, except for our faith. Our faith as Unitarians, our faith in believing that all good people are welcome to being part of our community, and that even those that we think may not be good people, in their hearts are. We will get to the other side of this. I know it's hard to believe that, but you got to keep the faith. You just got to keep the faith. I hope that I get to hear stories about what people have done. Aside from being part of all of our action committees, which I'm not taking away from, our racial and cultural justice committees and all those good things that we have going on, are tributaries leading to the rivers of change. Those are musts. We have a massive oak in Chalice. Unitarians are going nowhere without the rest of us. They are open to change. They are open to discussion. They are open to peace and love. And peace and love is what the world needs right now. Lord, we don't need more mountains. We've got oceans and rivers enough to climb. I thank you so much for your considerations of these requests and hope that you're willing to take your hat and throw it over the fence with no idea of where you're going to have to go grab it from or who you're going to have to ask to get it back from, or maybe just even give it to them. Much love, much care.